My wife and I are both Indian, and we've been married for 4 years in an age gap marriage. Prior to meeting her, I had given up all hope of marriage or any kind of partnership because I felt I was not built for relationships. And she had never dated before meeting me despite coming from a very ethnically diverse area where she openly expressed how her interests were always leaning towards non-Asian men. We're both educated professionals and I adore her more than anything else in the world. She completes me. This gives me hope, assists and leads me. My closest friend, lover, and wife all rolled into one. And I couldn't imagine life without her, despite my playful immaturity with her, which can grate on her at times. We were going through a hard spell in our marriage around 7 months ago, where we were both working all the time and thus not making enough time for one another. It resulted in us bickering a lot, going to bed furious with each other for weeks, no physicality, and despite efforts to reconcile, we both got extremely upset, she especially. This went on for almost 2 months, and despite our lack of time together and our squabbling, I had never seen her unhappy. She has been working later, bringing back gifts and food for us both. We are physically more active and are not getting lost in our disputes about not spending enough time together, and she is overall happier. She was in the shower one night and had brought her phone inside, but had plainly neglected to lock the door. I crept in silently to scare her and found she had propped up her phone to FaceTime someone else while she was in the shower. So I backed out gently and silently closed the door again. I have no idea who he is, where they met, or how this happened, but it was clear from what he told her on the phone that there was a deep connection between them. He wasn't Asian. A part of me felt devastated as a man after witnessing that, but after discovering messages between them, despite the discussions plainly being wiped between periods, I'm at a loss for words since things at home have been fantastic. I haven't mentioned anything till now, and she is unaware that I am aware. They mentioned getting together for supper, going places, and staying overnight with one another, and making powerful declarations of love for one another. They discuss how difficult the situation is considering she's married, and he seems to be giving her advice on how to improve our marriage. Part of me wants to face the problem, but a big part of me wants to leave it alone since I've never seen her so happy. And despite this, I'd be lying if I claimed I didn't adore her. How do I handle this conflict? Next story. My wife's past relationships overlap too much with ours, struggling with what to do next. I've been married for 10 years. I knew she had several relationships before me, but the totality of them became obvious only after we married due to her conduct. For example, even after I confronted her about it, she continued to message her ex and his family for years after we married. She turned up at his place one day by accident, after we'd been married for 5 years. She claims nothing occurred, but it disturbs me. They were together for 6 years, which made me feel like a second spouse over time. I also found out she had a one-night relationship with a married man and his father before we married. When I told her, she said she's pleased she did it because it taught her the value of a strong relationship, which is why she married me. The lack of remorse irritated me. She also cheated on me while we were first dating. My past is quite vanilla and I was always completely devoted to her. As a result, I have no comprehension of her conduct. To make matters worse, she was disinterested in intimacy and grumbled about my constant need for it. This concluded after a beautiful evening on an anniversary getaway. I believed we were going to make love, and she was so upset that she urged me to go find another lady and have intimacy with her instead. She later apologized. After that day at her ex's residence, something snapped for her and she changed drastically for the better. She's been an amazing wife and has transformed into the lady of my dreams in every way except one. I can't get over what she did and how she treated me those first 5 years. So even after therapy and counseling, I'm still lost. All I know is that I'm sick of the pain. It seems unjust that she was able to do whatever she wanted for years without remorse while I suffered the emotional effects. I want to get back at her for making me feel like this for so long. I don't want to leave or cheat, but I also don't want to live like this any longer. How can I get rid of this stuck feeling? Thank you for listening to the story to the end, and if you like it, please support us with a like as well as subscribe to our channel. Write in the comments what